Hey guys, it's Robbie here, and this is FrekiFitWolf. So excuse my sweaty mess, as I'm about to say in the next section. I just worked out, and this is a video about what I do a little bit. Whew. Alright guys, I don't know if I'm going to post this, and I don't know if anybody's actually interested, but I have been talking a lot about doing the Planet Fitness videos online, and there's specific ones that I actually like more than others. And even within those, I tweak what I do a little bit so that it's a little bit easier for my body. So I recorded today, one for my personal benefit, just so I can kind of check my form, because I know I'm not perfect. So when the clips are in there, don't think I'm perfect by any means, but that was for my benefit. And so you guys can see that even when you are 316 pounds, you can still do some kind of workout. And yeah, I am sweating like a pig right now. This one's confused because I was all over the floor, but you can definitely do it, and it is okay. And whatever version of it that you're doing, as long as you do keep paying attention to your posture, to your form, to make sure you're not going to do something to hurt yourself. But there are ways to do things other than the way that's too hard for you to do. Because even in the video that I watched, there was a couple of things that I couldn't quite do. When you saw me doing planks, she was doing a reverse plank where I can't do it. It hurts my wrists too much and it hurts my back. So I don't do it. So I switched to do a normal plank. You can trade up completely like that, or you can do like, say in the beginning where I am doing jumping jacks. You can do actual jumping jacks, but if that's too hard, you'll see a little bit in the clip. I'm going to keep it fast forward because it's 25 minutes long, but you can just step into it like that. So there are things that you can do that your body is still moving, and even if it's not full on jumping, if you're doing it quick, you're still going to raise your heart rate, you're still going to get all gross and sweaty, but ultimately, like my shirt says, it's progress, not perfection. All right, so every exercise is 30 seconds long, and right here I am doing a warm-up where it's just arm circles. You're going forward, it's very small, and then getting bigger over time. I decided to throw in some steps as well, and then we're switching to trunk rotating. This is going to warm up your core. The first one warmed up your arms and your shoulders, and this one works on your core. Each thing is for 30 seconds long, and then you move on to the next one. The next one is side leg bends. This is obviously going to warm up your legs. You're not doing a full side squat or anything like that. You're just going back and forth, and it's stretching out those hips, stretching out those legs for the exercises that are coming up. And then jumping jacks. So I'm doing slow ones that I messed up. Slow ones, and then the step ones, and then really getting into it. But again, can't do them perfectly, so I slow down. And then we just simply repeat. So we're going back into the arm circles and really loosening everything up. And here you can hold some small dumbbells if you have some. They're very hard to find or very expensive if you do find them. So it does get kind of frustrating, but you can if you do. I might just get some £2 ones just for some added weight for during that. And here, honestly, if you're wanting it more than what it is, I have done this part holding a kettlebell, and that will actually help build up some resistance. Basically, anything to build resistance would help. You can hold a bottle of milk if you want to. Again, leg things, I don't really know anything to make this any more challenging. It is the most simple version of it. You can make it even easier by not dipping quite as far, but that's up to you and what your body will allow you to do. And then the jumping jacks. I was already feeling a little tired, so I started pushing it, but I don't think I lasted too long, or I'm lasting longer than I thought, so I'm proud of myself for that. Okay, yeah, that face looked happy. And then while she talks, I tend to just walk in place, just so that I can keep my heart going, because she's explaining stuff and all that. And I'll put a link to the actual video that I was doing down below. All right, so the next step was this is for upper body, and this is high knee.
So you're making your knees go up to like 90 degrees and you're pushing your arms up at a 90-degree angle as well. Also, I do think holding weights here would be a little bit helpful for extra added resistance. Next, you need a chair, or I'm going to be using my coffee table, and these are going to be modified push-ups. You can do like I'm doing, where you are on your knees. This is what she was doing in the video, and do it that way. Make it harder. You do it from your feet onto the chair or table. And then obviously, if you can do real push-ups, by all means, definitely do real push-ups. But that's what I love about the Planet Fitness workouts is they show you ways to make it easier on yourself. Um, and I believe, oh yeah, one more. These things I am horrible at. These are tricep dips. And I actually did better on this table. I've been trying to find something that I can do easier on. I tried the edge of my bed, but it's memory foam. It stinks too much. I try a chair. It's not wide enough for me to fit my hands there, so they're awkwardly behind my back. So this table actually worked really, really well for that. And then everything. Like I said, it's 30 seconds long and with like a 10 to 15-second break in between, and we get right back into it. So we're going into the high knees one more time, and you can see there, you can try to kick it and really bounce when doing it. It's hard to get 316 pounds bouncing, but I tried. That's the important part. Every part of exercise is trying and improving. And like I said, keeping your form is the most important. If you can't do it with proper form, do a modified version of it. I have tried on that coffee table doing the push-ups with on my feet, and I couldn't quite do it in a way that kept my core straight, and that ultimately can kill your back. So that's okay. I just do the modified version. And also, speaking of modified version with the tricep dips, the closer your legs are to your butt, the easier it is because there's less to go down. And if you want to increase the resistance, you scoot your legs out. If you get them out straight, then it really is. But you try lifting 316 pounds like with your triceps. It's hard. All right, so she's talking again, and we're going into lower body. Uh, when we start, I was trying to figure out how I wanted to face the camera. But we start with reverse lunges. And that is like a normal lunge, but you're going backwards rather than forwards. This is better for your knees, and I do have questionable knees. I'm thinking about getting a leg brace for my knee. And it does take a matter of balance. Normally, I do this in my bedroom, and I actually set a hand on my bed, not to actually hold it, but to help with balance because it can be hard to keep your balance during that. And she explains, feel free to just um, bend your knee a little bit. You don't have to go the full 90-degree to get some kind of benefit out of it. But luckily, I can do almost a full 90-degree, so that helps. And then next, we are going into squats with overhead reach. These, I'm really wanting to watch my form on this because these seem very easy to me. Squats, I have no issue with. 30 seconds straight of them. It's the one exercise that I do not have an issue with. I am seeing that my butt basically can go back a little bit further than what I'm doing. And I'm seeing all the dog hair on the floor. I need to mop the living room. All right, so the next part is a glute bridge. It looks very simple. In this angle, you can't quite tell. I probably should have turned the camera or turned my mat. But basically, feet flat, knee bent, and you're just lifting up. You really, if you're holding your core straight, you really feel it in your thighs, in your glutes, and you should not feel it in your back. If you feel it in your back, then you need to adjust your core a little bit because that can really injure your back if you're not careful, especially when you do have a belly putting extra weight on it. So here, I again should have lowered the camera a little bit, but I was mainly doing this, like I said, I didn't even know for sure if I'm actually going to be posting this as I'm talking right now. I still don't know 100%. I probably am at this point because I don't know. I'm proud of myself for doing this regularly. But anyway, so doing those reverse lunges, those get tiresome after a while. They really, really do. You really feel them, especially going for 30 seconds straight. What I think is important rather than trying to consistently do an X amount of number of them. Because I do kind of count in my head as I'm doing it, and then the second go around of it, I try to get like one more in. And over time, you can get more in. But again, form is the most important thing, not number. It's not going to do you any good if you can do 50 of them, but your form is crap. That's just going to hurt your body. Okay, this angle you can see the glute bridge a little bit better. Um, and yeah, you just hold it. It looks super easy. It looks like I'm just practically laying on the floor, but it is honestly pretty dang hard. I'm not gonna lie. So, and with any of them, as they say in the videos, if you can't do it the whole time, just pause. It's totally fine. All right, we're gonna go into lower body, and this is crunches. I can't do sit-ups, and she's not even suggesting sit-ups. She is suggesting crunches because that is for the core, because you're keeping your hips and your lower back aligned, and you're just using your stomach muscles to lift your shoulders. And I'm sure you guys all know, like you're not trying to push with your head or anything like that. You just need to you contract your stomach muscles to lift up. And pulling in your belly button and tightening your glutes, your butt a little bit really, really does help to do that. All right, next coming up, she did, okay, yeah. So the next one, she did the reverse plank. I cannot do it. So I decide to do a regular plank. And that is basically where I am holding my butt a little too high there. But you are on your forearms. See, I'm realizing it, I'm lowering it. You're on your forearms and your tippy toes, and you're just holding like a plank. That, again, looks super easy, but especially 30 seconds of it, very, very hard. The second go around, you'll see I can't make it the full 30 seconds. But she did it a reverse plank, and that is hard. These, I'm honestly not a fan. I actually want to look up what they're good for because they're easy for me. It could be just the way my body is built, but it is not hard to do the Superman, and I don't feel anything from it. So I do want to look into it, but that is what is in the video, and it is in several different videos that I've watched, so it has to be good for something. I just don't personally know at the moment. All right, so we're going back into those crunches. And this is all sped up, but it is very fast paced, which will help keep your heart rate going, but not so much that for me feel like I'm dying. We're taking like a tiny break in between stuff. But as far as the each set, the because we're doing upper body, lower body, core, each set you kind of go from one to the next. You take, maybe 5 seconds. But then the in between the next set, see, yeah, there I fell. I couldn't do it. But I got right back up and kept doing it. And for a second. um, and again, this is all sped up, obviously. So it was more than a second. But yeah, so if in between the sets, there's actually a longer rest. But it's still only like 15 seconds. You do not want to stop completely unless you absolutely have to. But you want to just do what you can. There's been times where I'm like, okay, especially when I first started with these exercises, I can't do what's going on right now. My breathing's too hard and my heart rate's too high, and I would just walk in place slowly, but I just keep moving, which would help. All right, so that was done with the core. So, right, right. Yeah, now we're just doing the cool down. This is just a forward fold. So you're stretching out the hamstrings. You're not locking the knees or anything. You're just leaning forward and basically hanging. And then the next one, we're doing a butterfly static stretch. Um, it doesn't look like much, but that is actually me pulling as far forward as I can and flattening my knees as much as I can. And over time, I should be able to go further. My knee should be able to go down flatter. And it doesn't look like I'm doing much, but I am really stretching, especially that helped my back so much. Because you guys know I have back issues. All right, next one going into is the cat camel. And I should have lowered the camera, but basically you are just arching your back and breathing in, lowering it and breathing out. And that feels nice. Like basically it does. I honestly, obviously it's helping with your back and your shoulders, but it just feels really, really nice. And the last one is just a forearm stretch. Because especially there were some wrist work. I didn't do the reverse plank that really would affect the wrist, but like the push-ups and things like that, you are affecting your wrists and your forearms. So that just all right, camera quality really bad. My ring light is still in the living room from yesterday when I did that workout. But I just wanted to thank everybody for watching, for joining me, and let me know if you liked this type of video. It's very uncomfortable, I guess, putting my full body out there while doing exercise, while bouncing a little bit, while sweating. My fat rolls are visible to all of you. So thank you for watching and all of that. It's kind of a hard moment for me to actually share, and I will share later. I did get some resistant bands, some more resistant bands, which are awesome. And people have asked if I would show what I do with them, and since I can show what I just showed, I can show that. That is especially because that's a lot less bouncing around and a lot less rolls hanging out. So anyway, like the video, comment, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if it was helpful at all. It'd be cool if it was helpful. I'll post a link to the United We Move Planet Fitness video that I am actually doing. And subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll talk to you guys later.